I'm cool, and I'll say Lord Hayes. I will be saying all of this at a slower cadence, if that's what you want to call it. Because sometimes people don't pick up on all that I say. I am actually, whether you know it or not, reciting this from my earbuds. Would you look at that? So that means I don't have to stumble and, what do you call it? You know, when you all be laughing or something, and then I have to look at you, and then I go, oh, what was I going to say? Because I'm already saying it. The pleasures of technology. Long time ago, was it? Feels like last Tuesday. Back in 2008, my mom got me a red Motorola Razr. And I looked at it, and I was like, wow, technology. And then I pirated Silent Hill 2 and played it on my laptop in between classes at college. Me and my buddy, we would always go and get Baconators every day when we went to college. And when that got boring, we'd start going down the way to the Subway. But we went there so much, people got to know us. They'd smile when we come in. And I was like, you mean people actually like me? This is weird. And then we stopped going there. Some people might say, yeah, well, playing what you want to say through your earbuds is cheating. No, it's not. It's called damage control. And plus, what do you expect? Daddy's old. Sometimes we just want to take the easy route. Now, how old am I? You'd never guess. A lot older than I look. Eternal. Yeah. Y'all ain't got no idea how long I've had this face. You know what eternity means? Long enough for you to forget. Yep. But I'm still here. Y'all probably don't even remember. Last time you saw me, I was looking just like this. But you don't remember that far back, do you? Yep. All people know is, that guy seems familiar. And wouldn't you know it, everybody I get to talking with, they say, you know what? You remind me of my old best friend. We fell out of touch a long time ago. It's weird. You look like him. You talk like him. Sound like him. I say, no, it's not. What's weird is, that's what everybody tells me. Yeah, nowadays, people say, wow, you're so coherent now. Thanks. Your hair looks nice. Yeah, you done gave up hope. You thought I went way off the whirly gig. You thought I went to hyperspace with no return button. Joke's on you. I was wearing my seatbelt. Yehoshua on the dashboard. Jupiter Cyclops winks at me. Yeah, he knows who's driving. Stick it in neutral in the tail of a comet. Let the vortex pull my weight. And Saturn said, right on time. Hey, did you know time is compressible? But water ain't. And it ain't linear either. Time, that is. But sometimes it can sure flow like water. Now, I hope you don't mind if I get a little weird with it. Just a little. I ain't trying to leave you stranded on an exoplanet. So before I tell you this next thing, just remember, you're strapped in here on Earth, aight? Right on, sugar, let's go.
Wow, wow. Get in, baby. We going on a ride.
Sorry about that. Sometimes I leave the radio up too loud. Alright, so I've been hearing this one idea kind of being passed around like a mental STD. You know how to wear protection for that? Stand guard at the open arch of the mind. Alright. They say, normalize lying about your private life. Why? You know, you ain't gotta tell people nothing, right? You could even have a little bit of fun with it. Be sarcastic. Where do you live? I live on the moon, cutie. I said, let's go on vacation. I built a portal to Pluto. Too cold. I said, let's check out Mars. Too much radiation. Kind of felt like being in high school again. So I said, let's check out Venus. Acid rain. But the pressure was great. I said, screw it. Let's go back home. So I built a portal to Earth. Or at least that's what y'all call it here. But I got the coordinates wrong. I went to the dang orangutan ocean planet. Finally built another portal. Why do I be building so many portals? They one-time use only. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Finally made it back to Earth. Almost. They don't teach people how to stand guard at the open arch of the mind here. This ain't my home planet. Maybe y'all should have worn protection. But hey, look. If you done already had a kid, you can't go back now. 'Cause the past is right where it belongs. Long gone. Man, you don't get to go back. I tried it once. By accident. At first I thought, hey, this is pretty cool. And then I said, oh, never mind. So then I came back to the present. Because that's the real gift. Right here. Right now. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, still here. Is this a little too weird? Now, I told y'all this is a recording. I wasn't actually asking you a question. Good job, though. I'm glad you're paying attention. Alright, don't worry now. I done put it in park on Uranus. I don't want you to think I'm being an ass. Now, here's one to wake you back up again. How many quarters does it take to count a penny? Parking lot. Alright. I'm friends with this fella. His name is I Am Extra Syrup. Somebody said, what would be your street name? He said, Scissorp X. And I said, hey yo, Scissorp X. Let me slide through and get some of that maple. I've been looking for it everywhere, but all I got's the hickory syrup, but it just don't bite the lick. One time he said, hey, if pancakes were banned, what would be the black market price for a short stack? I said, 3 cubes of butter and one of them syrup packets from the Waffle House. Somebody said, I'd pay at least $100 for a short stack with fresh fruit.
I said, that'll be $100 for a short stack with fresh fruit.
I don't think I have that much. I got $75.
That'll get you 2.5 pancakes.
Can I pay you the rest tomorrow?
No deal.
Somebody said, how far from the border are we talking?
I said, I got a guy at the border of the parking lot of the Waffle House. He's selling some corn pancakes. They don't taste the same, but they pretty good. Technically, we ain't breaking the law, but we act like we are. It's called living on the edge of the parking lot.
All right. Well, I gotta get out of here. I forgot I left the UFO running. I told you I had it in park, but that was just to soothe your worries. It's still in 5th gear. I am a lot of things, but right now, suffice to say, I am but a slipstream in your awareness. And before you know it, I'm somewhere else. And if you have a hard time remembering any of these jokes, don't worry. I'll be coming back around again. But by the time I do, you still won't remember me. You'll just look at me and say, you know what? You look like Corvin Lord Hayes. Good morning, good evening, good never you mind. Good night.